AITA for telling my girlfriend to cover up her body when strangers enter the home? I am fully aware the title sounds sexist, but hear me out. Please. My girlfriend comes from a wealthy background and grew up with maids, chefs, chauffeurs, etc. I was raised in a completely opposite environment and still adjusting to dating someone like her. When we're not with her parents, we spent a lot of time at one of her apartments. Here's the issue. My GF likes to walk around home barely wearing anything, which is fine. Awesome even. But she does this even when the help are around. For example, last month her family hired a new driver for her. He stopped by the apartment to introduce himself. She was only wearing underwear. Keep in mind, this is the first time they've met in person. I felt awkward. He was visibly awkward and she didn't give a shit at all. She was casually chatting to him while scrolling away on her phone. She does this all the time. She doesn't think she needs to wear any decent amount of clothes at all when people that work for her are around. She will casually walk around wearing just a thong or a tiny crop top. Just a crop top. Nothing else. She even does this with complete strangers. One time she opened the door for the delivery guy wearing only a see-through gown. You could see everything. Afterwards I talked to her about it and she was utterly confused as to why I felt uncomfortable. Then she laughed and told me to stop being a jealous baby. She even said that I'm unreasonable. We had another discussion about this yesterday and I told her that she probably wouldn't feel comfortable if I did the same. She said that she doesn't understand why I care what her staff think and that it never even crossed her mind that this is inappropriate. She told me that she only does this in the comfort of her home and not in front of actual people, i.e. people that don't work for her. She got kinda mad at me and vented to her friends. According to all of them, I'm weird for having a problem with this and an asshole for telling my GF to cover up. Somehow I'm the villain of this story. Am I really the asshole? Info. Since when are staff not actual people? NTA. She sounds classist AF. If she believes being naked or semi-nude in front of people is wrong, and it sounds like she does, then she doesn't believe these people are actual people. NTA. She clearly doesn't see the help as actual people with thoughts, feelings, etc. and therefore thinks it's okay to do whatever the hell she pleases. However, I feel that she is unlikely to change regardless of what you say to her, because this is all she's ever known. So it's really up to you what you do. But what I see here is a fundamental difference of opinion. NTA. First of all, it seems that she doesn't view the people that work for her in any capacity as actual people, which is a next level of WTF. She also doesn't seem to see that it's grossly inappropriate to be practically naked in front of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about body positivity and I think her level of comfort she has with her own body is awesome. But she should absolutely cover up a little more when there are people over. NTA. But you should realize that your girlfriend does not view the help as human beings, so she sounds pretty entitled and terrible. Why are you with someone who thinks the help aren't real people? She sounds incredibly self-centered and inconsiderate to treat people who work for her like their feelings don't matter at all. Adding the NTA judgment here. NTA. This isn't really a control issue where you are trying to manage her body. This is an issue where she doesn't view the people working for her as actual sentient people with feelings and completely disregards how uncomfortable this might be for them. NTA. She's dehumanizing these people. She views people in service jobs as beneath her and so they don't deserve consideration or respect. This is how she was raised, and unless a miracle happens, she's not going to change. I have a question for you. Why are with someone who treats others this way? NTA, when she gets sued for sexual harassment, she'll understand that she was wrong. The help barely qualify as people. Do they even have thoughts? Stereotypical rich people are the absolute worst. NTA. Your girlfriend is both for the fact that she doesn't view her employees as actual people, and for forcing them to view her almost naked when she holds a position of power over them. It's at best sexual harassment. At worst sexual assault. NTA. If I worked in a company and my boss kept showing up naked, I'd quit immediately. Her staff don't say anything because they probably need their jobs, but I'm sure they all feel uncomfortable. What if this was a man we were talking about and he kept showing up naked to staff meeting with female workers? We would all condemn him of sexual harassment, so why is this any different? And the fact that she thinks it's not okay to show up naked in public but thinks it's okay to do it in front of her poor workers just shows how she views them. Your GF is in awe. This is wild. All the ESHYTs are saying, don't control women's bodies. This isn't about controlling anyone. If a guy walked around his staff in see-through boxers and nout else, you'd absolutely be crying. Sexual harassment. And rightly fucking so. Op isn't controlling. He's asking that a woman not force her body on her staff. And treat them with a modicum of fucking respect. Actual people, the fucking state of that comment. NTA, not in front of actually people, that's gross. Also, isn't that kind of a form of workplace sexual harassment if she's the employer and semi-naked in front of employees? So you're dating someone who doesn't equate help as people. Do I have to say it? Info. How often is she nude in front of strangers? Also, does she do this in front of actual people? Whatever the definition is according to her. I know people who dress up in a certain way to irk people they consider beneath them, yet dress up properly when their own people come around. NTA. Sounds like she views the help as not being actual people who are worthy of respect. Like, wearing a crop top with no underwear? I was prepared to blast you. But if I went to meet my boss and she was in a thong or a tiny crop top, I'd be wildly uncomfortable. NTA. Curious, what do her parents think of you? Do they like you? Because there's a pattern of her engaging in behavior that she supposedly finds shameful, in order to make a point about her superiority. NTA. This is borderline sexual harassment by your girlfriend. For her to subject herself unclothed to people who aren't expecting or inviting it, such as the delivery driver or a new driver. If it were just long-term staff members, I may give her a pass. Because that may be the dynamic they've established and the staff knows to expect it and is fine with it. Also, obviously her calling the staff something other than actual people is monstrous. NTA. She doesn't care because she sees the staff as subhuman, and believes her nudity around them is no different than being nude around a microwave or a dog. Very classist, and don't vent for her friends about this, they're probably just as classist, I'm sure. She'd try to buy her way out of a sexual harassment suit.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.